Hello, my dear, beautiful family of light. Thank you so much for being here with me. My name is Daniela Alana Viola, and I am an awakening and ascension guide. And it is my great honor and pleasure to be sharing with you once again as we work on coming into our wholeness in this year of 2021, as we come into the embodiment of the truth of who we truly are as infinite cosmic divine beings of pure light. And I am absolutely thrilled to be sharing with you today on this first day of January 2021 on ways of manifesting your very highest and greatest timeline in this upcoming year of great challenge and change. So I first wanted to just address this year of 2021 that we are all launching into at this moment of time. You know, as we all know, 2020 was incredibly challenging and difficult in many ways because we were forced to stretch outside of our comfort zones and to go into the unknown in almost every facet of life. And as we go into 2021, this continues and it deepens. And as we have witnessed as paradigms have been challenged, structures have been challenged, we continue in through our awakening and our ascension into 2021, where we see that continuation, where things begin to fall, things begin to crumble, as per the plan of the awakening and the ascension. As we awaken and as we arise, these structures that truly are not sustainable begin to fall. And we see that, and we have been seeing that in the world, politically, financially, the healthcare system, the educational system, right? All of these systems have been rattled and shaken, and they will continue to rattle and shake until they crumble down so that the new can be birthed. And this is what we are contending with in this year of 2021. So exceptionally challenging as we go through this transformation and change. And I just want to share with you some tools and some various things that you can integrate and practice. It's a practice in your life so that you can be the anchor in the midst of the storm. So I have some notes here I'm just going to be referring to. So this truly is the dawning of a new age. What's happening on the planet has this level of energetic shift and change hasn't happened for thousands of years. We are in the age of Aquarius, coming from the earth signs, which were very grounding, very materialistic, very much about building, very much about ownership, right? Being in the age of Taurus, where it was very, very grounded. Now we're going into the age of Aquarius. We're now in the age of Aquarius, which is very much about the mind. It's very much about ideas, innovation, right? We're going to see amazing innovations and ideas in technology and so much more. As everything starts to crumble away, as the inorganic, as the not sustainable structures of the way that we live fall, it's going to bring forth new innovative ways of being, of functioning in this world on both the personal level as well as in the collective level. So this truly is such a tremendous time of change, and we all contracted to be here for this. Every single one of us, many of us, we lined up to be here, right? This is such an exciting time. We've waited and worked through, hundreds, if not thousands of lifetimes for this opportunity to be here during this massive shift on the planet. So this is the dawning of the new age. And we really are coming full throttle into it in 2021. So as this crumbling ensues, as the challenges come up, it's going to be quite a bit of chaos, confusion, right? The unknown, which can cause many of us to feel anxious, nervous. And so it's so important at this time for us to practice various things that help and assist us in staying grounded and centered as everything around us shifts and changes so dramatically in such a short amount of time. And what we're going to find is that many are to start to go inside themselves for the answers, because the external, the confusion that's found within the external is going to be unsettling, to the point that we're going to start, if we have not already, going inside for our answers and becoming more self-reliant in understanding and knowing that you have everything that you need right inside of you. It's just a matter of tapping in. The truth is within you. It's just a matter of tapping in. And we're going to get into some various tools and techniques and things that are going to assist and support you with that. And this is really bridging us as a collective into unity consciousness. We've been playing out this paradigm of separation consciousness. I know I spoke about this in my earlier video on the Great Conjunction, but it's about coming into this unity. And this unity starts really within you, in unifying as one being within you, meaning that you're unified in terms of, and aligned in terms of what you're thinking, is aligned with what you're feeling, which is aligned then in alignment, in coherence with what you're doing. And once we start to really practice this and bring this in within ourselves, then we'll start to see that exemplified in the collective. So this crumbling and this falling is really happening because this is truly what is needed at this time. We need the crumbling in order to be able to, necessity is the mother of all invention, right? This crumbling is going to force us to go inside ourselves for the answers. In essence, to awaken, to ascend, to awaken into the truth that is within you and thereby ascend. So just understand that all of this is very much needed at this time. It is part of the process of the ascension. And once we come into unity within ourselves, not even wholly, completely, just meaning that we're practicing that, we'll start to see that exemplified in our external reality and on the global stage. And this is all done through two of the things that can really assist and support in this embodiment of this unity is love, right? I know it sounds cheesy, but John Lennon, he really said it right. All you need is love. When you love, you are ever expansive, right? You are receiving all as if it is you. It's just unconditional, pure love. And that pure love is unifying, right? When you love someone, they love you back, you unify, you merge, right? And that's really what the unity consciousness is about. So practicing love in your life, very, very important. We're going to get into more details about exactly how to embody that. And really heart-based living, going into the heart and allowing your heart to guide you, to lead you onto the very highest timeline, very highest projected outcome for yourself. Okay, so one thing to also understand is with the crumbling and with the shifts and with the changes, there's going to be a lot of power plays that are going to happen. There are the elites, those that are in power and have been in power for thousands of years on this planet, that are really grappling for control right now. And what they're doing is they are playing out all of their cards, so to speak. They're grappling for the power, and they're doing this through various fear tactics. So like what you see on the media, through all the various fear base, pumping out the fear so that we're all afraid, right? So what you see on the news, it's almost all very unsettling, right? So just understand that various activities, events are going to happen, and they're going to try to play it out to induce fear. So this is about heart-based living, going along with the heart rather than the fear. And there's a gentleman that I've been following, gosh, very, very early in my journey, I think from the 90s, James Van Praagh. He wrote the book, Talking to Heaven. And I love his work, as a channel and as a medium and a psychic. And he really said it best in the terms of everything in your world, everything in your life boils down to two things. You're either coming from a place in your life from two places, right? So all the choices, all the decisions, all the thoughts, all the feelings, everything that you experience, really you could chalk it down to two things. You're either coming from a place of love or you're coming from a place of fear. So I'm just going to repeat that. Everything in your life, everything that you feel, think, do, and experience, right? It comes from a place within you, either from the place of love or the place of fear. When you're coming from the place of fear, you're making decisions based on what you're afraid of, what you don't want in your life. Oh, I don't want that, so I'm going to do this. Oh, I don't want that, so I'm going to do that. Or you're coming from a place of love through the expansion of the heart center and through a feeling of true love, unconditional. You make a choice to do something. And just understand that when you are making choices based on love, that's an expansive, expanding, ascending, awakening energy, right? If you think of love, it just feels open, right? And that leads you on that very highest timeline when you make choices and decisions based on love. But when you make choices and decisions based on fear, I mean, if you think just the word fear, the way it feels, it's like it's tight, it's constricting, it's compressing. And so when you make choices based on fear, then that's the projected timeline that you're creating for yourself. You're creating one of restriction. You're creating one that's tight, compressed, suppressed. So that's something really to keep in mind and heart as we move through 2021. Are you functioning from a place of love, or are you functioning from a place of fear? And simple mindfulness and being connected to the body, right? Because when you make a choice about something and it feels fearful, you feel it in your body. You'll feel like a pushing away or a compression, or you'll feel tight, or you feel something in your stomach, butterflies, anxiousness, right? But when you make decisions from love, you can feel that in your body. You just feel, you feel open. You feel like you could breathe. You feel like you could relax. So just keeping that in mind and heart. Are you functioning from love? Are you functioning from fear? And we're going to talk about how to work with this. So I've broken this down into how to prepare, right? How to prepare yourself for what's to come in 2021, because there's a lot of surprises. A lot of things need to happen in order for the crumbling to ensue so that the new can be birthed. This is what the awakening and the ascension, this is why we're all here. So we all have a beautiful part to play. So understand that part of that also is going to be one of the surprises that's projected for 2021 is the whole disclosure, right? Disclosure of where we're from, or that there's life on other planets, and the powers that be, the elites, are going to try to play that out like as if it's something to be fearful of. And I just was being called to just share with you that there's absolutely nothing to be fearful from. They are our family, that's where we're from, and the disclosure is going to try to move that in a certain direction to put you in a place of fear. So I just invite you that when this happens, to just question, right? To discern for yourself, to allow it to flow through you, and to just know that, they've been here all along, right? If anything was going to happen, it would have happened already. There's a reason why. We have infinite support around us all the time. The GFL and other councils of light, have been supporting us all of this time and continue to. And as things roll out and as the surprises and the elites and the power plays happen, just understand that nothing is going to work out half as bad as what the media would have you believe it to. Nothing is going to work out half as bad or roll out half as bad as, say, your worst nightmare thought could be of it. So just be mindful and heartful of that, and question and allow it to flow through you in a place of calm, right? Through a meditative stance, breathing, relaxing, and really going inside and practicing, asking yourself, is this true or is this not true, right? Bringing it into your heart and seeing how you feel about it. Very, very important through 2021. And this goes for anything and everything that you are experiencing. Going into the heart, feeling into the heart. How does this feel for me? Whatever it is, you get into a still, quiet place, you clear your mind, imagine a white room, you can focus on a single point of focus, whatever it is that brings you into that still, quiet, no mind space. And just practicing that. Remember, all this is a practice. None of it has to be perfect. So as you're practicing, that's what's the perfection, is in the practice. And just bring yourself into that still, quiet place, and then bring whatever it is that you're questioning, whatever it is that concerns you, and bring it into the heart. And literally, you can imagine it like a picture, an image, a color, whatever it is. It's just about bringing the consciousness, connecting the consciousness and bringing it into the heart and feeling, what does that feel like for you? Does it feel constricting or does it feel expansive, right? Very important. Okay, so first I want to talk about how to prepare. So physically, to prepare yourself to best manifest your very highest timeline in, through, and beyond 2021 is to take care of your body. So important. This is a stressful time, no doubt, for all of us. We're all under stress. We're all under pressure. There's so much shift and change happening in our personal lives and on the global stage. Taking care of the body. Make sure you're eating healthy foods. Eat as much raw, organic foods as you can. If you don't have access to more raw, organic foods, infuse those foods with light. Just sending that food love, light, commanding forth that the food nurture you, sustain you, that it's filled with light, it's filled with love. Give it really good energy, high vibrational energy, love, light, joy, bliss, abundance, all those things. You can literally infuse that into the food and then consume the food. And when you consume the food, like I always imagine that it's light and sparkles and all sorts of stuff going through me. But that really will help to raise your vibration. When your vibration is raised, your immune system is strong. Your adrenal system, the stress system of the body works in top peak operation. Give yourself the support through the food, through the nutrients, water as well. Drink plenty of water, hydrate, drink structured water. Structured water is water that has a frequency to it that allows you to optimally absorb. It has the polarity, the masculine and feminine energies, the ions running through it. And there's various resources that can assist and support you with this. The alkaline water that is on the market for the most part is not alkaline. It's alkaline at the site. It's not alkaline once it gets to you, right? Once it's bottled and then it's stored at the plant and then it's shipped on some truck, you know, none of this stuff is temperature or light controlled. So whatever alkalinity is in the water is typically gone. So there's only 2 manufacturers that I know of, and I had tested a while back all these different waters that are on the shelves that are actually still alkaline by the time it gets to you. One is Fiji water, and the other one is Evian water. Both of those are alkaline, but just understand that it still holds the plastics, which is not too good either. So there's a company called Tachyon that I utilize to structure my water. I don't have one around with me, but they're discs, and I'll put the link below actually in the description of the video. So they make these discs, and you can put your water jug on the disc or your pitcher, and it literally structures the water with the energetic frequencies so that it's working at its optimal peak functionality for the body. You can also use shungite. Shungite is brilliant as well. I have that in my kitchen. I have like a gallon half jug, and then I have shungite stones on the bottom of it, and I fill it up with water. As we move into 2021, there is a probable potential that there's going to be disruptions in our ability to access food and water at various times. Remember, it's never going to be half as bad as what it may seem. And that's simply because we have so much support. I mean, if you think about it, anything that has rolled out through 2020, like it really, don't get me wrong, it's not fun, right? There's definitely challenges to it, but it's not half as bad as what it could be, right? So just understand that. But just make sure that you have plenty of water on hand in the house. Make sure that you have plenty of food in the house. Also, just in case if there's any disruption in electricity, make sure you have flashlights, batteries, candles, and lighters. Very important. So you should have like a little emergency kit of these things. You should have food for at least a couple of weeks, water for at least a couple of weeks, along with the batteries, flashlights, candles, and lighters. Okay. So Tachyon, I'll put the link in, and then also the shungite water. That definitely, both of those, you'll be good with water no matter where you access your water from. You'll be able to structure the water. And I encourage you to even question anything that I'm saying, Google it, look it up. There's so much information out there on all of these things. Okay, so exercise, physically preparing for your highest probable timeline, your highest projected timeline through 2021. Exercise, meditate, even if it's just taking a cruise on your bike, walking around your neighborhood, do it with intention. Exercising, very important. Get the body moving. We're all natural channels of energy. And when we're just sitting home inside the house, our energy isn't moving, which means it's supporting blockages through the body, mentally, emotionally, physically, on all levels. So get out, get moving. If for some reason you can't go outside, then get moving in your house. Do some exercises, get yourself a yoga mat, whatever works for you. Get yourself a machine, whatever works for you. But make sure you have access to exercise, and exercise more than you already do, right? You can't expect to go from 0 to 60 in a short amount of time. So whatever you're doing right now, step it up and gradually work on stepping it up and up and up. So meditation. I know meditation can be like really boring, right? Can get frustrating too. There's a video that I have that's that I just posted up, I think like within the last week. It's called titled Mastering Horror. Check it out. It's a great way to meditate. And it's a process of with the eyes open, and it's a wonderful way to focus the mind. Okay. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that when I get into preparing through 2021 through the mind, mental. So sunshine. Get out in sunshine. If you can't get outside in sunshine, go to a window where there's sunshine. The sun is pure light intelligence. It is plasmic photonic light intelligence coming straight from source. That is your upgrade. It literally upgrades you. If you think about it, nothing on this planet, organic, can live without sunlight. It's not going to grow, right? Seeds grow in the darkness when they're going through that first process of life. But once they come up, they need the light to survive. Why? Because the light has the intelligence that allows them to know what to do, right? How to grow, how to expand. We are just the same in that sense. Get out in the sunlight, absorb the sunlight, do it consciously, ask for it. Let it land in your DNA, let it upgrade you, let it activate you, let it activate the dormant aspects of yourself that are just wanting so much to emerge into consciousness, right? You can do this just through the light. All of this stuff is free. You could do it at any time. It just takes your conscious connection and of course your belief in it, right? So again, I encourage you, question this, Google it, look it up, whatever you have to do. There's a ton of information out there. I have on my YouTube channel here, I have lots of videos on DNA activation, light body activation. I also have my great conjunction where I talk about that as well. Check them out. So nature, if you can get nature, great. If you can't get nature, look at nature. Imagine yourself in nature. We are multidimensional beings. We exist in so many different times and places all at once. Your mind cannot discern whether something is in the physical reality or not. So if you can't get into nature physically, just by imagining yourself, focusing on a picture and seeing yourself there, guess what? You're now, part of you is now in that nature scene. Go for it. Nature is a natural, allows you to naturally rise in vibration by being in nature. Nature is beautiful, helps to bring you into alignment. It helps to bring you into unity within yourself. Very powerful. You can do it either physically or you could do it mentally and emotionally. And physically, get with people you love. Surround yourself with people who inspire you. I know that we're limited in a lot of ways right now with where we can go and what we can do and who we could be with. So be discerning. Make choices that are assisting and supporting you in your growth and expansion. And if you're with people that aren't, then start having the conversations about how you guys can assist and support each other in raising your vibration and in coming into unity and practicing, self-love, unconditional love of others, and how you can support each other in this. We're all in this together, right? No one's an island. We are quite literally all ascending and awakening together with the planet, which is like unheard of, unseen, unknown in this universe, right? Everything in this universe works in cycles, right? We are quite literally forging a whole new path within this cycle of ascending, physical incarnate beings ascending on a planet Amazing. Start practicing that higher consciousness understanding with each other, rising together, ascending together, unifying together, and supporting each other in that, right? So awesome. Okay, so now preparing mentally for manifesting your very highest timeline in 2021. Be mindful of your consumption. I'm going to say that one more time because it's so important. Be mindful of your consumption. What we consume is so much more than what we eat. You are consuming your environment at any given time. Your consumption, largely in this physical reality, comes through your sight, what you are looking at, what you choose to focus on, what you choose to see and to take into your body and beingness. And consumption has a lot to do with how you're entertaining yourself. We have been conditioned, and this is all planned by the elites, to be conditioned to consume that which lowers our vibration, which keeps us low, contracted, keeps us in a low state of consciousness. What you choose to consume will consume you. So if you are watching the news and getting upset by what you see, then that's consuming you. If you are watching movies, right, that are about the end of the world and disaster, then that's what you are being consumed by. If you are in relationships that are toxic, and every time you see or engage with that person, you're getting a sense of toxicity, whether it's anxiousness, anger, fear, sadness, whatever it is, just understand that you're consuming and you're taking that in. And that is literally going into you down to the cellular and molecular level. It's time to be mindful about what you're consuming. Consume that which enlightens you, inspires you, lifts you up, gives you hope, induces you to feel the feelings of love, joy, happiness, contentment, right? You have a choice on what you choose to focus on and what you choose to take in. So choose that which lifts you up. And if you are in a situation or in an environment, say with those around you that are inducing you to feel certain things, I encourage you then to check out my video on triggers, working with your triggers, those things that annoy you, bother you, upset you, frustrate you, anger you, because there's beautiful lessons and there's great awakening that can happen for you, and empowerment and freedom that can happen for you by working through your triggers. So check that out. That video is, yes, it's called How to Work with Your Triggers. Okay, so another thing too in the mental realm to prepare yourself is letting go. And I talked about this on a couple of my other previous videos as well. So important to let go. Let go of that which doesn't serve you. Let go of the patterns of being that don't serve you. Let go of judgment of yourself, judgment of others. So important, right? When we judge things, we box it in, we label it, and then that's what the universe presents to us from now on. Let go of the judgment. Know that this is a morphogenic, somebody correct me on that. It's a morphogenetic field. Whew, finally got it. It literally shifts and changes as per with a consciousness that is engaging with it. And this is proven in quantum physics through, I think they call this slit experiment, where they sent microparticles, energetic particles, and depending upon who was looking at it is how those particles reacted. Brilliant. So just understand that. Let go of judgment, so important, because then you allow things to work within the natural flow of the natural universe as per universal law, to shift and change at any moment in time, okay? And be mindful of the monkey mind. Many times what happens is something comes in and it bounces back and forth, right? We're trying to figure it out. So it goes on this side, and then no, that side, and then no, this side. And it becomes this cycle and circle that goes nowhere. This is the time to practice that heart-based living. Bring it in, bring in the idea, whatever it is that's, you realize all of a sudden that it's cycling in your mind, right? You're thinking the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Once you realize that, boop, practice dropping it into the heart and feeling into whatever that is and exploring it through the heart. The heart is intelligent, very intelligent. The heart is so intelligent that it is the very, very first organ that develops in the human fetus, not the brain, it's the heart. And Harvard did studies on this where the heart, they took people and they put electrodes on the mind and the heart and they put them in front of a TV. And every time they would get a new stimulus, they'd track to see what was going on. And what they found was that the heart acknowledges it first, then the brain fires off, right? So understand the heart is where we should be going to first, not the mind. Get out of the monkey mind, drop it into the heart, start practicing that, feeling your way through the heart. Feeling into your body. What is your body telling? The body is a beautiful consciousness, an intelligence that's constantly speaking to you. Drop into the heart. Okay. And yes, just understand that you are a natural channel of energy and you are constantly processing energy. Channel it out. Energy that comes in, that comes in through your mind, things that you're thinking of, things that are on your mind. Understand that when you start to get into a point where there's energies moving, but you're just thinking about it looping, the energy is not going, it's causing blockages. Move it out through the body, okay? And how you do that is you go into the heart space and you start writing. Start writing everything around that looping thought, all the different things that are around that looping thought, and channel it out. You will find that you will feel so much better afterwards. You'll be able to breathe a bit more. You'll feel lighter, okay? You are a natural channel of energy. You could write it out, punch it out, yell it out, scream it out, whatever works for you. Exercise it out, run it out, whatever it is, but do it consciously. Channel the energy through you consciously, knowing that that's exactly what you're doing. Right? This isn't serving me, this loop, but I can't help it, right? It's just there. I don't know how to get rid of it. I'm trying to drop it in my heart. It's not happening. Don't worry about it. Channel it out. You're a natural channel. Do something that's going to allow you to flow it through you, whether it's through exercise, running, punching a pillow, writing it out, flow it out of the body. Your body's a natural channel of energy. Okay. And finally, the last point on mentally how to prepare yourself to manifest your highest timeline in 2021 is stillness, getting quiet in the mind. I forget where I heard it, but it really was profound to me when I heard this, that from a galactic perspective, that in the universe, human beings are known to be these amazing beings, so powerful. And I'm not going to get into the reasons why, but what our largest downfall is that we lack focus. The mind is so powerful that it could create anything, could create absolutely anything. But we need to be able to train ourselves to be still and to allow the divine, the universal energies to flow through us, right? We're our own worst enemies, right? How many times we've heard that? We're our own worst enemies, getting in our own way. So the more still and quiet, the more you can open yourself up and allow the natural, organic energies of the universe to flow through you as the natural channel that you are. And when you can do that from a focused way, a way of letting go and allowing, you can then harness that energy and boom, focus on whatever it is that you want to manifest. And do it in a very solid, grounded, potent way that will allow your manifestation to show right up. But we got to get out of our own way first. So get still, get quiet. Even if, say you're not doing that at all now, practice 5 minutes a day, getting still, getting quiet. Okay. There's, I have a video that I just posted a few days ago, Mastering Hara, Hara. Check it out. That is an awesome exercise to do, where you're focusing in and you're focusing the mind. It's going to serve you tremendously from 2021 and beyond in being able to hone yourself energetically to that very highest timeline that you're looking to achieve in your life, or what you're looking to manifest, and be able to harness that energy and focus it so you could really streamline that manifestation into fruition. Okay, so let's move now to emotionally. All right, to manifest your very highest timeline, 2021 and beyond, through the emotions. I spoke a lot about it already, right? Checking into the heart, right? Just taking time each day to really check into your heart. Where are you at? What are you feeling? What's happening within you? What's coming up to be seen, heard, or felt? What triggers are you dealing with? Again, I'm referring you back to the triggering video and how to work with those triggers. And really working within the heart space, and knowing that this new age on the earth, the new earth and the new human experience, is all about living through the heart, right? Making choices through the heart and feeling your way through decisions and choices, which we're all going to be faced with, so many of them in 2021 and beyond. So many choices, so much radical change, so many people moving, switching jobs, losing jobs, starting anew, relationships, either coming together, or because it's not for your highest and greatest good, falling, crumbling away. And that's what this whole time is about. Whatever is not in the highest and greatest good of the all, and it is not in the highest and greatest good for you, is going to fall away. Just know that it's falling away. And so it's time for us to get into the heart space and to really feel our way through what is the best choice for me in this now. So important. Many times what happens is our heart, because of traumas and dramas and all this stuff that's happened through our lives, and even in past lives that we're still carrying forward, that we have around our hearts, a veil or a wall. And a lot of it has to deal with either blocking our own self-love or not forgiving ourselves. So the Aponopono Prayer is awesome for this. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. It's the Aponopono Prayer. And just saying that, and saying that over and over, just to yourself, saying it to you. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I mean, you could just feel the opening that happens, on an energetic level. And it may feel uncomfortable for you, and that's good, because that means you're breaking through a wall. You're stretching yourself beyond your comfort zone, right? You're expanding, right? And expansion, going beyond the comfort zone, going beyond the predisposed boundaries that we set for ourselves, is uncomfortable. So that's okay. That's a good sign. But the more that you say it, the more that you command it forth, the more you start to entrain with that energy and with that vibration, right? So be it, so it is, right? Using commands, for those of you that know me, commands are integral to the work that I do. Commanding it forth, conditioning your energetic space, your body and beingness to whatever it is that you're commanding. So you're commanding within yourself that you love yourself, you forgive yourself, that you're sorry, and gratitude, thank you. Very, very powerful. And then turning that on others in the world around you, the world itself, to those relationships that have been painful and difficult, to those situations that keep coming up that are causing you pain. Just speaking it out, right? Even if you feel like you don't believe it, but you can see and feel the value in it and the freedom in it. Very, very powerful stuff. So feeling your way through decisions, forgiving yourself, forgiving others, it's huge. Dolores Cannon talks about that tremendously in her work. You know, she talks about the new earth and the timelines of the earth splitting into two. And one of the core aspects she spoke about was forgiveness in her work. Tremendous work that this woman did. I mean, I think it was like 16 books she wrote. I encourage you to check her out if this resonates with you. But she speaks about forgiveness, that when you forgive, then you let go of the cording that is between you and whatever that is. And now you free yourself to have new experiences, to awaken, to ascend, to expand. Forgiveness. And actively seeking out what makes you happy. What feels good, right? Sounds so simple, but how much of the time we actually don't pursue that? But really, you know, actively knowing you got a choice at any given moment and choosing happiness, choosing joy. And as the master creator that you are, creating that joy for yourself, creating that happiness for yourself by attuning yourself and embodying and bringing into your physical experience that which you enjoy and love, whatever that is. Pursue that, make the choice, okay? And another way to emotionally prepare to manifest your very greatest and highest timeline throughout 2021 and beyond is going out of your way to feel and express love. Again, right? So simple, but like, how many of us are doing that? Like, you know, let me, today or for this moment, I'm going to put myself in love mode. What do I love? You know, I love my animal. I love my spouse. I love this doll. I love a trinket from my mother, whatever it is, right? If you love to sing, sing, you know, if you love to dance, if you love to hike, if you love to bike ride, whatever it is, if you love someone, something, bring it in and really entrain with it, like really bring it in and really focus in on expanding your heart and feeling that love and expanding it even more and bringing in more light and more love to it. And just every time you feel like you hit a crescendo, bring in more love, bring in more light. Imagine a volume knob and turning the volume knob up, you know, more love, more light, and do this every day. Do it as many times as you can remember to do it and that you have time to do it in a day, but at least do it once a day, because that just opens you up, raises your vibration, and trains you with higher timelines, higher projected probabilities and outcomes in your life. What you focus on grows. Where your attention goes, grows. So if you want more love, you want more light, you want more abundance, you want more joy, guess what? You're a master creator. Create it and train with it and expand it. Period. Okay. And self-love. Right? We can't truly love another unless we love ourselves first, right? If this beautiful sphere of rose quartz is love, if I don't have this love, can I give it to somebody? No, I can't. I have to have this in order to give it to somebody. So if you don't truly love yourself, you may think that you're giving love in the way that you feel that you're giving it, but it's not going to be received that way because energetically you don't have it to give. So self-love, so important. And I'm going to do a whole video just on self-love, but just a few key points. Be kind with yourself, forgive yourself, have compassion for yourself. Talk to yourself the way you would want to be spoken to by someone who you feel loves you, right? Love yourself. Do something for yourself because you love yourself. Take a bath. Take that beautiful bath. Say, because I love myself, I'm going to nurture myself right now. Eat that healthy food, right? Even though like you love junk food, but you say to yourself, you know what? I'm going to really love myself by choosing to eat this salad right now, right? Because I love myself, I'm going to go to bed early tonight because I know I'm tired, right? And asking yourself throughout the day, when you're making choices and decisions, say to yourself, would someone who loves themselves do this? Or if you don't know what to do, then say to yourself, would somebody who loves themselves do this? Is this something that someone would do if they loved themselves? Right? self-love, self-care. You want to take it to the nth degree, go stand in front of a mirror and look yourself deep in the eyes, make that soul connection with you deep, deep inside and tell yourself, I love you. I love you. I love you so much. And wrap your arms around yourself. I know it sounds corny, but man, does it feel freaking good. It feels great. Do it more often. Okay. And the last aspect of this is spiritual. So how to spiritually prepare yourself to manifest the very greatest and highest timeline in 2021. And one of the greatest ways of doing that is just connecting with spirit, connecting with spirit, connecting with the greater part of you that is just right outside of you, right? This physical vessel here is just a small representation of the totality of who you are. You are so much more. You are a multidimensional cosmic being of light. You come from the stars and you dwell in many, many different dimensions. You are a multi-vibrational being. This vibration right here is just one. There's many other vibrational states that you are in. You are in many other dimensions. Connect with them. Speak. Command things forth humbly with love and gratitude. Right? I humbly request my multidimensional aspects to support me in self-love today. I command for that the multidimensional aspects of me, and you could call them whatever you want. You could say guides, angels, masters, teachers, right? My galactics, my beloved ancestral family, whatever you want to call them in and forth. And then make your command with love and gratitude. I command forth that today my work will go fast and my leisure time will go slow. And I'll have plenty of time to enjoy whatever it is that you want to enjoy, right? Connecting with, the more that you consciously connect with these aspects of you, the more that the energetic cord gets stronger and stronger. And then it becomes embodiment. The more that you consciously connect, the more that you draw in these energetic aspects of you. And that, in essence, is the awakening and the ascension. Is you're calling in all these aspects of you, whether it's through shadow work, wound work, inner child work, just commanding it for, connecting consciously, touching aspects of yourself consciously. You know, you don't even need to know where or how. The human mind is too limited to really understand these things, but just understand that your higher self knows. Your higher self is that gatekeeper right above your head, that aspect of you in another dimension, a higher aspect of you that can see the higher perspective of your experience here. And just calling it forth, your higher self's taking care of it. Don't worry about it. You don't need to know, you don't need to understand, you don't need to conceptualize. Because quite frankly, you really can't at this point. We're just too limited in the physical vessel right now. But as we embody more of ourselves and train and connect with these aspects of ourselves, the more that we as individuals in a collective ascend, and then that becomes our norm. Then that's our new norm. Who doesn't want that as a new norm? So connect with your team. Command forth what it is that you want to experience, always with love and gratitude, right? I humbly request and command forth with love and gratitude that today, I have a high vibrational day and that I remember when I'm out of alignment, or I realize when I'm out of alignment. Thank you. Always end with gratitude. Beautiful. And just know that spirit is 24/7 with you, and that source is constantly flowing through you. And to just be aware of that, to really consciously remind yourself. And if you got to put it on Post-it notes, put a reminder in your phone, or create a sign and put it up on your wall, that you are source. You are a fractal of all that is. You are a fractal of source, the infinite creator, God, whatever you want to call it, right? The infinite intelligence. You are a divine fractal of source, meaning that you have everything in you that source has. It's like the ocean. If you go to the middle of the ocean and you take a bucket of water and you scoop a bucket of water out of the ocean, guess what? Everything that ocean water has in it is also in that bucket of water. So that's you. You are that fractal of source, of the ocean. And you are infinite and cosmic and powerful. Remind yourself of that. You're never stuck. You're never alone. It's all, what are you choosing to focus on? Where are you choosing to put your heart and your mind? What are you investing in? What are you consuming? Right? Your energy is your currency here in this world. And in 2021, even if you just use some of these in practice, and remember, it's a practice, you got to be loving, compassionate. It's not going to be perfect, right? The perfection is in the practice. Just practice. And your life will change dramatically. I mean, it's going to change no matter what, right? 2021, but you might as well have it change aligned with your very highest timeline, your very highest projected outcome at any point in time. So just exercising these will assist and support you. I am doing a group, and it's going to be a regular, we're going to meet 2 times a month, and it's called Moon Manifesting, but it's so much more than just the moon. It's going to be all sorts of practices beyond what I've shared with you today, as well as using the cosmic and galactic energies within the universe to really put the wind in your wings, allowing you to achieve your very greatest goals and desires, regardless of what's happening in the world. To really help you to ground into what it is that you want and to manifest it with grace and ease amongst, the turmoil. This is such a fertile time. It truly is. This is a time of great creation and manifestation. For those that are really attuned to the desire to really manifest, woof, I mean, not even the sky's the limit. You can create absolutely anything. And it's going to be my ultimate pleasure to share with you within this group, using the cosmic and astrological alignments to really put some rocket fuel, right, in your dreams and desires. Because right now we're in this place, we're between places, I should say. So like, we were here, right, in the very physical world where everything was status quo, and maybe we didn't like things, but we knew what to expect, right? And now we're bridging into this whole new world up here, but we haven't quite landed there yet. We're somewhere in between. And that means this whole area here is pure, fertile ground for creation. It's time to exercise ourselves as the master creators that we are. And I'm so excited to support this process through this group. So if you are interested, please reach out to me. My contact information is below. And if you liked or resonated with this content, please like it, please share it, and please subscribe. Okay. I love you all so much. I wish you all a beautiful 2021 and beyond. Much love to you all. Bye-bye now.